Hey, y'all, we're the Swon Brothers.
And we're with McMahon on keys. Huh? Oh, about Jonathan?
He probably knows he plays fiddle.
Well, throw it out in the interview. I'm all for fun stuff in an
Sweet.
interview.
Love it.
She's
Yeah.
just now hearing about it, so she's like, wait, what?
I ain't scared of you. I mean, I know there's some overlap or some sort with,
Yeah.
with Jonathan playing fiddle.
Yeah.
He just played for us on a show in December, and he probably thought I was a creep because I stalked him on his Instagram. I was like,
You
man,
found some of his Instagram.
I was
playing?
like,
yeah.
One video popped up, and then I hit follow, and then all these videos popped up. I was like, I gotta get this guy on a show, and we don't have much fiddle in our stuff yet, but I was like, I just want to play with this guy, you know? And so he came out and played a show with us, and now in a couple weeks he's going in the studio with us to lay down some stuff. So yeah,
Excited about it. Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's gonna be
I
cool.
don't blame you one bit. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So you didn't know Jonathan when you started seeing some of his.
Nope, slid into his DMs right in there, and he was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he's a good one, and Jonathan and I have been playing together with different little projects for years, 4 or 5 years. He's kind of been in my back pocket, and I'm like, hey, I found a thing. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Here it is. And then I recently went back on the road about a year and a half ago playing keyboards for Chris Cagle,
Okay.
who unretired and went back on the road. And then Jonathan started playing on that. He's played for you. And
Yeah.
he's running cameras for us.
Yep.
Just look at this guy.
He's doing valet work.
He's
for
a
the
John of
hotel
all
while we're
trades.
Well, we are here with the Swon Brothers at Country Radio Seminar.
We are here, yes.
Zach and Colton.
That's right.
And we were talking about the fact that the last time I saw you, I was taking pictures of you, so we didn't get to meet.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you guys.
And I'm sorry that you had to take pictures of us.
Oh, no. It was all good. And you sounded great.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Thank you.
That was the first time I'd certainly known of you, had heard you online and all the things. Maddie certainly was
Yes.
well aware of the whole thing. So I don't know how you wound up on Jimmy Bowen and Friends, that particular performance.
No clue. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like we did. Like,
No?
I don't know how I ended up at this table right now.
Just
We have great management that just says go and we go. So I was
Yeah.
like, and I'm glad that she does that. So
Well, it's good to know that we have people looking out for us, right?
oh,
It
amen.
is. It is, because if it were up to me to set this kind of stuff up, nobody would ever know who we are
No.
or hear anything we have to say.
We'd be meeting in the deer woods.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay, so I'm curious because this is not intended to be backhanded, but I'm kind of curious. A lot of people were first introduced to you on The Voice.
Right? Yeah.
Now, that experience means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
yeah.
I wouldn't assume that I know if that was a good thing or a bad thing for you guys.
Yeah.
Probably both.
I can't say anything bad about The Voice.
Yeah.
When we first came off the show, there was a few people in town that was like, "Oh, you're a TV act. We don't want anything to do with you."
Right.
But for the most part, we had a lot of support from a lot of people, and I can't say. I mean, the people on that show, everyone from the guy driving you in the van to the top
Right.
producer, they want to see you succeed, and they are supportive still to this day. I mean, we just went back and sang for Blake's farewell show, and
Yeah.
and I think the biggest takeaway we can get from that is our relationship with Blake.
Sure.
He has been, like the brother we didn't know we needed. Man, he's awesome. I mean, we talk to him almost daily. He's just a good dude, and he's cut a song we wrote, and we just wrote a song with him via text last week.
Oh, no kidding.
And it's pretty crazy to send Blake an idea and then him, sing us something you wrote and send his idea back in a voice memo. And it's just he's been great.
I told him, man, it doesn't matter if this song ever gets cut. Like, I have a voice memo of you singing this chorus. Like,
Right.
That's just so cool to have, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he sings his butt off, you know?
Yeah. And to have such a clear takeaway is so great. I have no negative ideas about the show.
Yeah.
But I know people that have gone on those shows that have not had people around them, which is what we were talking about, having people around us that help them manage their expectations for what came after.
Yeah.
And did you have a sense of this is what the show can do for us? This is what we're still going to have to do on our own afterwards, or did you just kind of figure it out?
I think if anyone, especially if you go very far on that show, I don't think, unless you already had some kind of like platform that you were just familiar with the hustle and bustle of it, like, I don't think anything can get you ready for that. Like the overnight, like from nobody knows your name to you can't walk into an airport, you know, like while you're on the show, and like you can't go anywhere.
Right.
With paparazzi or like nothing like that will ever prepare anyone.
We're from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know, we played coffee shops and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I grew up in Gainesville, Texas.
There you go.
So I'm right there with you.
You get it.
Yeah.
But thank God though that we did have, and not everybody had this luxury. We were talking about this the other day. The first person that called us after that show was Carrie Underwood. She tweeted at us. We grew up in the same area. Like, they went to college together. And it had been a minute since we had heard from her, but she basically said, look, I know you guys are probably trying to find a place to live in Nashville. I know that you got a lot being thrown at you. Let me and my husband take you to dinner, and ask me anything, because I've been where you're at.
Yeah.
And
that was super helpful.
Yeah, it was huge just to have that, you know, someone that came from a show, and then to know, like, well, what now? You know?
And, you know, hindsight's 20/20, but we were so green. I mean, we got thrown into a record deal, a publishing deal, a radio tour, and a real tour within a year. And, man, it was a lot. You know, it's easy to say now, you know, I wish we would have picked different songs, or I wish we would have wrote more songs for the first album or whatever. But, you know, we were learning ourselves as artists. You know, the only songs we'd ever written or recorded was stuff we did in our bedroom at home, you know, and so we didn't know really who we were then, and you know, I think any artist will say that their newest album was better than their last, or you know, they're more excited about it, but no, I mean, I think it's just a growing experience, and you know, like anything else in this industry, the people who were your champions at one place could move and be somewhere else the next day. So I think it's the biggest thing about coming off that show is, you know, have great relationships and don't burn any bridges, and hit the ground running. Yeah. Because the moment that you pause, you know, the next season of people are coming on to the next show, you know. So I think that was the biggest thing for us, and luckily it worked out. You know, we've been very, very blessed to have a career, and a pretty long one, you know, and we're still making a living doing it, you know. So I really appreciate how it seems like you guys have capitalized, maintained. I mean, the things move for all of us.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen, but it doesn't seem like there was ever a point where you were lost or devoid of any kind of direction. I mean, it kind of has evolved.
Yeah. I
think the main takeaway is Carrie Underwood is awesome.
Yeah.
As
soon as you said it, I lost it. I'm a Care Bear.
Oh my gosh.
I am a Care Bear. My wallet says Carrie Underwood Official Fan Club.
Yes.
I love her. She's great.
She has been the big sister we didn't know we needed.
I'm so jealous. Yep. I know.
But yeah, she's awesome, and getting to tour with her was like the coolest tour we've probably ever been on.
Now, which album?
It was Storyteller tour.
With Easton Corbin too?
Yeah.
Were you with Easton?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
That was a fun
I
one.
didn't get to make it to that one, but that is my favorite album.
Oh my gosh.
Ever.
It's every night we just were like, how is she doing this? Because she was up before everyone. Out like working past everyone.
Yeah.
And she's not a weekend warrior. Most country tours are like Thursday through Saturday, and then come home and do your thing.
Yeah.
When Carrie tours, it's like the Rolling Stones, or like she takes
huge.
a
Monday,
couple
Tuesday,
months,
Wednesday.
couple months out of the out of the year,
Uh-huh.
and it's
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
mega.
it
Well,
was
I
crazy.
love that I'm getting to talk to y'all about the Storyteller tour because my first neighbor in Nashville was Easton, and
Very
during
cool.
COVID, I would talk with him out in the back, and I'd be like, "Okay, so how was it?"
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
heard so many great things. So super jealous, big Care Bear,
Talking about
and
Easton
also
Corbin,
Swon Brothers
from,
fan.
Easton Corbin from North Florida. That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how he talks.
that is how he talks. Super nice guy.
He is. He's
a
our
good
buddy.
boy.
Oh my gosh,
He
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Well, so you were talking about how you wished you had written maybe, or you were second guessing, saying, well, maybe we could have. You never know the answer.
Yeah.
And I know you've written stuff, and you talked about what you'd written with Blake and all that. So how does that fit with the new project, the covers project?
Yeah.
So the covers project, to sum it up, long story short, we had an angel of a fan that saw us on The Voice, and she had reached out to our manager a few different times, and with no purpose other than she just wanted to bless us and help us in our career, and she didn't know how she could do that, and it ended up she kind of helped us do this project that. And all she wanted from it was to hear us do more stuff like we did on The Voice, because that's what she liked.
Okay.
And so we had always wanted to just take musicians into the studio and do songs that
Wow.
that maybe we did live in a show at some point, that maybe fans wanted us to record, or just stuff that we're like, man, this would be a fun song to record. And we went in there with no pressure. There was no, I wonder if this is going to make it to radio. It's already done it. This is a greatest hits album.
Yeah.
Other people's hits, but
Other people's, yeah.
But we went in there as brothers and didn't argue one time. We had fun, and
Yeah.
and
We'll argue on the next album.
yeah, we go back in the studio in 2 weeks, so that's
Yeah.
where the arguing starts.
Well, and that's where you can start fighting over, who has more songs that they've got their name on.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Right now, it's all free and clear.
Right.
yeah.
Well, I love the project. I think, the thing that made me happiest, and I was surprised that it made me happy, but I was like, I'm so glad people still know about No Getting Over Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because that was one of the songs when I was learning how to play as a kid,
Right.
I was like, I think I figured this one out,
Oh, yeah.
the structures and all
What a
that. So
jam.
I'm going to have to listen to some of the others, but I was like, okay, they're not old enough for that song, but somebody led them back to it. So
Yeah,
Good for that.
Yeah, when we grew up, like when we first started playing, like that was the advice that our dad gave us was, hey, like you're not playing for your age, so if
Yeah.
you're gonna play for people, you
Play
may
for
want
the people that
figure
bought
out what
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can afford tickets.
yeah.
Yeah, they want to figure out what they like listening to, and so that's why some of those songs we've done them since we were kids. So
Yeah.
I've said this a couple times today, but one of the coolest stories that I have is calling Vince Gill after I found out he got the Eagles gig.
Yeah.
And I texted him, but he's not a texter, but if he has time, he calls to respond,
Okay.
vocally. And I said I sent him some kind of message because I'm an Eagles nut. It's our favorite band, and I said, man, I'm so jealous. This is amazing that you get to do this and tour with the Eagles. And he was like, you know what? I never thought that I'd be in another band. I've done everything I want to do musically. He said, but this is an exception because this music has to keep going. He's
Sure.
like, these songs are just great, and I want to keep them going for generations who haven't heard them. And so that's kind of our approach on this covers record. It's like, it's just cool to be a little part of keeping these songs alive, songs that meant stuff to us and
Sure.
and other people.
Well, it's very cool. I'm looking forward to digging back more into it and more of some of the other stuff that I wasn't so familiar with initially.
Man.
So,
oh man, you ain't missing much.
well,
But
I'll
yeah,
judge that.
2
but,
weeks
um,
though. We're back in there 2 weeks.
Good, good.
Going to be some stuff that we've never done. Like I said, He's going to be part of it. It's going to be
It's gonna
fun.
be almost a bluegrass
I can't wait
record.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure that everybody knows how to find it. So let them know how to track you guys down and
Yeah.
follow the record.
So we're the Swon Brothers. You can follow us at the Swon Brothers pretty much on all social media platforms.
SWON.
Yes, SWON.
There are some imposters that don't know how to spell our name that have the Swan Brothers like
That
the bird.
is true. Look for the blue check mark.
Yeah.
Please.
Verified.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Colton,
Yeah,
Zach,
nice to meet you.
Thank you.
appreciate you guys.
Killer setup.
Enjoy the
Thank you.
rest of CRS,
We
man.
will.
Hey y'all, I'm Maddie True. For more clips from CRS, click the top button. And for more episodes, including live performances from the podcast, click the bottom button. I'm with McMahon on keys.